So the rusty crank had been in there a day and a bit now, I think, total. It was very poor, and I didn't think it was going to get saved. So in the last video I showed, I bought this little cheap inverter welder. It's a MMA 250N, so it is a 15 amp plug. It's a little Rossi, I think cost me about $180. I use the stick welder attachment, goes straight onto there, an earth clamp onto the crank, and away we go. So what's it look like, you ask? Well, here's where we're at. So it looks quite mucky and quite crappy looking still, but here's the ticket. I'll just look at that. I can see bearing lines on that. So it's just lifted all the corrosion off the face. Am I happy with that? Too damn right I am. Let's try this journal. So obviously the more exposed the journal is to the weather, the worse it is. And you can see lines in it. So all the big heavy muck has just been lifted. Now let's pick another one. Let's see how this one went. It's coming off. So the vinegar is gentle enough that it doesn't attack the parent metal too much. And it's just lifting it off. Here's my hook. Now obviously when you machine that, it would come off. I just wanted to see if it was actually worth machining. And I can see here on the, you can see here it's starting to lift off as well. So it's not deep pitting, so it's uniformly corroded right across. I wouldn't be at all surprised if a small grind, like a 10th hour, would clean that up. Not that there's a 10th hour RB bearing, but the next size down. I wouldn't be at all surprised if this comes good. Obviously places like this is going to be awkward. We're on the seal area. Can't grind that. Cleanish it up though. That actually looks pretty decent. You can see all the junk. Actually, this is a nice point in case. So this is an old rusty hook I had, and I should have cleaned it and I didn't. By not cleaning the contact areas, it actually creates more heat. But you can see here where it's gone into the solution. The rod is just spotless. Done a marvellous job on the hook. Not that I cared about the hook, it's just interesting to see how it's pulled the corrosion off the hook and left it a nice clean material. I think I'm done here with this. I might give this a bath. I've just let it sit here and drip dry in the sun. The keyways are not flogged out and they're coming up quite nicely. So the grey there tells me that it's starting to carbonise the original steel, which means I need to stop, which obviously I will. Any further it'll start eating into the face, which is really not cool. So I'll just stop there, call it a day. Counterweights actually don't look too bad now. They were all fuzzy and really pus looking. You can see in there's still deep corrosion in spots, and obviously when I hit this with the blaster, most of that'll just disappear. And you can see down in there how it's lifted the really thick stuff. Just comes straight off. So yep, vinegar works. Now my next challenge will be to stop it corroding the job, in this case the crankshaft, when I'm done, because it is mildly porous. It will hold the acid, even though it's weak acid, in the pores. So I'll need to give it a really good flush before I oil it. Now I oiled rusty with just inox penetrating oil, and it's just gone corroded again. So I didn't alkaline bath it like I should have. I didn't have one here. So it's fine. It'll get sent like that and get blasted over at the machine shop. And so will this. I'll just put oil on it to stop it getting bad. Going back to where it was. Stoked at how this looks. Absolutely stoked. So I've saved this from the scrap yard. I saved it from the scrap bin. I've turned it from, what, $2 worth of scrap material into a crank. It's salvageable. I think it'll come up nice. Wait until it's obviously ground and machined and polished and everything else done to it, but so far looking good. Very, very happy. So my cheap $180 odd investment in that, and my investment in the tank, and obviously the $140 odd in vinegar, worked a treat. Now I'm going to look for some other rusty crappy things to shove in here and see what else I can clean. Righto, guys. Talk to you soon.